My name is Michael Shafferidge-Branthwaite. I am the course director for visual art, and I am going to take you on a tour of the Fine Art Studios. So in here we have bookable gallery spaces. One of the key things about our course is that you have exhibition spaces where you can test your work in a professional environment, and we have 4 of these, and this one is our front gallery space, which we use the most because of the light that comes in through the windows. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some of our studio spaces and give you an idea of what each individual student will have on the Fine Art course. So here you have a typical studio space that one of our students will get. There's about 5 students working in this area, and as you can see, everybody gets their own wall space, some floor space, a table, a chair and a locker. And that space is owned by the students, so they really make it their own space. And when we walk around, you'll see there's a great variety of work, and there's also a variety of spaces. So depending on the kind of work you're making, we will put you in a space that suits your interests. So yeah, I wanted to show you this space because it is quite typical of a student who's interested in painting, but you have the easel and all these traditional setups, as well as the good light from above, which makes them really appropriate for the kind of work that this student's making. So behind me you'll see wooden sculpture, and the workshops are really important to our students, and what we see happening as a way of working is that the students will access the workshops. We have wood, metal, plastic, along with many more. The students can get direction from the technicians to make the work, and then they can come into the studio and address that work on a more contextual basis. It's where they'll get taught, it's where the members of staff will engage with them and discuss the work and talk about how it might be improved. So one of the really important things about having a studio in the university is that it's a space away from home and all the other distractions that you might have. So it very much becomes your base. It's where you come every day, and it's where your practice can develop. So this is an example of one of our bookable spaces. We have a lot of students who are interested in photography, performance, video and other moving media, and quite often they need to use a data projector. So we have several spaces that students can book to use projectors, and it gives a really good impression to the student about how their work might function in a gallery, how it's developing, and it allows them to make decisions away from the studio in a way that gives a good representation of how the work is actually developing. Yeah, I think one of the main things at Staffordshire University is that the space is a tool in itself, and because of the diversity of our spaces, the way we've constructed the studios, there's a great deal of potential for students to come in and utilise the space. So the space is very much a tool in itself that allows the students to make the work that they're interested in.